I'm sitting home at my computer, bored out of my mind because everyone's in quarantine and there's nothing to do. And I do what every normal person would do in this type of situation. I go on YouTube to find some entertainment to pass the time. At this point I have a part-time job working at the mall, making $10 an hour. But now I don't have the ability to work because the mall is closed down because of COVID. I scroll through YouTube when I suddenly see a video pop up on my recommended feed. And the title says, "How I Make $1,000 Each Day Dropshipping." And I'm sitting here in my worn out chair thinking, how is this guy making $1,000 each day dropshipping while I'm making $10 an hour working at the mall and the mall is closed? How is this person being able to make that much money while I'm sitting on my ass doing nothing? And yes, I'll admit I was intrigued by this video, and the following 20 minutes, boom, blew my mind and changed my life for the better. No, it's not that easy. Well, it kind of looked that easy, but can it be that easy? This guy was talking about how he made his first online store and how he managed to be super successful at dropshipping. And I'm sitting here super confused thinking, am I going to be Bill Gates next week? Unfortunately no, but I continue watching the video either way. From telling myself at the start of this video, this is not possible, this has to be fake, it has to be a scam, to now thinking, is this really possible? Does he actually make this much money dropshipping? And I'm not gonna lie, this video was super interesting and it's a reason that I continue to watch it and watched it the whole way through. But I had my skepticism at the back of my head through the whole video. But I noticed that I became more and more open to the idea. And then eventually the video ends. Was that it? Is that all I'm going to get? Just a story? Not more? How I can do this myself? Well, actually I did get that. And I was presented a course for $300. If I'm going to make $1,000 each day, why not spend the $300 to invest? And yes, for a person making $10 an hour, $300 is a lot of money. But at that point, I really didn't comprehend the value of $300. It was kinda out of my mind. I was only thinking about the $1,000, $10,000 and $100,000 that I was going to make next week and next month. The $300 was out of my mind. That was pocket change, because I was going to be rich in a short period of time. After seeing the video, I ended up giving the thought some time. $300 isn't really that much if you potentially can make up to $1,000 a day. Eventually I came to my senses and I tried to look up a review of the course. And people were saying that the course didn't really offer anything extraordinary that you couldn't get for free on YouTube already. And then reality kicked in. I was so far from buying the course for $300 to receive, I mean, there probably was some information or some type of good tips or anything like that, but for $300 it wasn't worth it. Or at least that's the impression the reviews left. I was so far from buying the course for $300 just to receive information that was already accessible for free on YouTube or anywhere else. And after reading the reviews, I kind of concluded that the results in the video was heavily over-exaggerated to get people to buy the course. And I'm going to be honest, I was not far from buying this course myself. Taking $300 out of my pocket just to buy this course and not knowing what was in it. Fortunately, I didn't end up buying the course, but I can clearly see why so many people do. You're sitting at home bored and wanting to make money, and suddenly from the bushes this opportunity arises in the form of a YouTube video, telling you step by step how to make thousands of dollars doing something that is presented as super easy. And there's no doubt that many people are hooked instantly, and nowadays everyone wants to be rich, and dropshipping seems like the easiest way to do exactly that. To make a lot of money in a short amount of time. And especially when a person tells you step by step how to do it, if you're just willing to, for example, buy a course for $300 and you can have all the money you want after that. Still, after deciding not to buy the course and not trying dropshipping at all, I still had this thought lurking in the back of my head. What if this person was telling the truth? What if this guy is actually making the amount of money that he says? And if he's telling the truth, I'm missing out on a huge opportunity. So even after not buying the course, reading a ton of reviews on it, telling that it isn't worth the money, and other people saying that the whole dropshipping thing is a scam, and some people acknowledging that it's possible to make money dropshipping, but that it's extremely hard and not as easy as it seems in the videos. I still hope deep inside that there was some truth to what it was saying, and I don't want to be the person claiming that something's fake or a scam without being willing to try it myself. And that's where I'm at right now, wanting to see if it's possible without telling myself that it doesn't work if I haven't tried it. It's hard to be 100% confident saying that they're straight out lying and providing fake or at least heavily over-exaggerated results to make people want to buy their course. But at the same time, I don't see myself as the skeptical type, and so far I've only seen people that are able to make huge amounts of money and being incredibly successful dropshipping on YouTube. I have no doubt in my mind that there's people out there making huge amounts of money dropshipping, but I have a hard time believing that any YouTuber trying it can replicate the same results. And if they were able to replicate the same results, why make a video on it telling people exactly how you do it when you're already making money? Something just doesn't add up. Why would you reveal the strategy making you money in the first place? Even though I have more or less made up my mind about the concept of dropshipping and whether the results are realistic or not and what you can expect to make doing it, I simply can't just move on without having tried it. I have therefore decided that I'm going to do a 10-day dropshipping challenge with my own twist, of course, where I'm going to test out this method or this business model to see if I'm able to end up with a profit or not. I will try to share as much as possible through this process, and I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible to give you a realistic expectation of how dropshipping works and what you can expect to get out of it. And I can promise you that I won't give you a discount code on my course after this video when I've made $1 million dropshipping. I'm never going to make a course on something that I have little to no knowledge about, so just to be clear about that. Generally, the first thing you need to do before you can start dropshipping is to find a product and to do product research. The goal is to find a winning product that is able to scale to a large extent, generating a lot of sales. And there are a ton of niches you can look into to find this winning product, and there are 1,000 ways to do product research, but I find this one to be the simplest. And my strategy going into this is literally just scrolling through AliExpress and choosing whatever catches my eye. I know for a fact that this method is most probably not going to be the most effective way to do product research, but I found it pretty simple and it makes a lot of sense, because if I scroll through AliExpress and I find something that I genuinely could have bought, there's probably a lot of people out there that could have bought the same product as well. So instead of using complex algorithms to find this winning product, I'm going to do it this way. And there's really only one way to find out if it works. Opening up AliExpress, you're bombarded with products. Everything from watches to electronics, phones, PCs, computers, workout equipment, accessories. There's a lot of different stuff on AliExpress, and there's actually a ton of stuff you probably wouldn't know existed. After some time scrolling through AliExpress, I eventually managed to find a product that really popped out. It's not really an extraordinary product, but it really popped out from the rest of the products and it really caught my eye. And the big reason for that is that this is probably something that I could have bought if it wasn't on AliExpress. And I'm pretty sure that I actually would buy this at a pretty high price. But I'm not going to tell you what the product is yet. You have to stick till the end of the video to find out. But I'll give you some tips. It's pretty light and pretty small, and if you remember, I said at the start of the video that I was going to do dropshipping with my own twist, and the size and the weight of the product is a pretty important factor in this aspect. I'm not really going to do dropshipping in the old traditional way where you order something from AliExpress and get it shipped straight to the customer. And since the product is actually pretty small and light, I'm going to keep inventory myself. And I know that this isn't completely true to the tradition of dropshipping, and the whole concept is really just to not keep inventory and make it as easy and effortless as possible, but I believe that that method is kind of outdated, since no customer want to wait 30 days till they get the product. And if you order a product and you have to wait 30 days, you have probably forgotten about the product till it gets to you. So that's the main reason why I want to keep inventory of the product myself. and this also allows me to do a kind of custom packaging and custom branding around the product, and then AliExpress won't have to ship the product straight to the customer in some horrible looking packaging. So I then have the possibility to do some custom branding and custom packaging, and that's really the twist that I want to do on this dropshipping method. As said, I'm going to show you the products later in the video, but for now you have to wait. The packages from AliExpress arrived sooner than expected. They were supposed to come in late next week, so this was unexpected to say the least, but it gives us a head start, and sometimes you just don't ask too many questions when things goes your way. So let's open the packages and see what's inside. Yeah, like that. Pretty nice. So just to put some perspective on the price of these rings, this single ring cost the same as all of these. These are 30 rings and this is one ring. They costed approximately the same. So I'm overall pretty excited and surprised that I actually got every single ring that I ordered, because when you order things from AliExpress there are no 100% guarantee, and the product itself doesn't look that bad actually. So yeah, thumbs up so far. Since we now have the product, it's time to finally make the website, because we need a way to showcase the product so the customer has a way to buy it. I ended up going for Shopify just because it seemed like a pretty easy way to get a website up and running, and it was pretty easy or simple to design the website itself. And it also had a 14-day trial, so I didn't need to pay anything up front to start designing, which is pretty nice since we're on a budget. I also have to make a logo and an appropriate name that matches the product that we're selling, which is a Roman themed ring. So I ended up going with Roman accessories, and it signifies that we're selling accessories and that they're Roman themed because of the Roman numerals. I figured since we're selling rings with Roman numerals, it would be perfect to revolve the website around the Roman Empire or just ancient Rome. So we're almost ready to start selling the rings. We just need some way to advertise them. Taking a look at other dropshippers on YouTube, it looks like Facebook advertisement is the most popular. But it's also possible to advertise through both Instagram and TikTok. But Facebook ads seems to work for a lot of people. But the thing about Facebook is that it requires a lot of money up front and you need to spend a lot to get started. And that is why I just wanted to try something like TikTok advertising instead. And videos on TikTok has a tendency to go viral, and that's literally what I'm going for. I launched TikTok on my computer and started scrolling through my For You page, writing down every account that I thought could be interested in making a TikTok promoting my product. I wrote a short text asking if they were interested and sent it to everyone on the list. Surprisingly enough, the feedback from the influencers were mostly positive. Some wanted huge amounts of money to do this, but I tried to stay away from them as best as I could. The majority of the people that I contacted seemed to love the look of the ring, and a few actually wanted to go through with making the TikTok video. This was of course if I sent out the product free of charge, which I'm of course going to do. So this means, long story short, that we're in business. It has been a long day, so I think I'll have to call it a day. The plan for tomorrow is to prepare and package the products for the people or the influencers that wanted to do an ad campaign through TikTok. So I'll see you tomorrow. I honestly don't know what to expect. I've sent out the product and the influencer is making the TikTok as we speak. And I just hope that it ends up being decent and that the website works and is functional more or less. Realistically speaking, I honestly doubt that someone will end up buying the product because of this ad. But at least I will know if the website works and that it can handle some minor traffic. The scariest thing about this ad campaign is that I have no guarantee that the TikToker or the influencer actually makes the video that I paid for or sent out the product for free for and actually ends up posting it. In worst case scenario, they could just take the product and block me. So that's really the biggest con about this whole thing, is that I have no control over what the influencer actually does. I have given some guidelines and things like that, but they could actually just run away with the product and I have lost products and then they have gotten something for free. But this is a risk that I have to take and I really must take to actually end up with a ad like this. And yeah, that's how it works, I guess. The first TikToker that I did a collaboration with or a paid advertisement with had 9,000 followers, and the video actually did end up being better than I had expected. I gave the influencers that I talked to some directions, but I more or less gave them freedom to do whatever they wanted with the TikTok. I just wanted to see it and approve it before they were going to post it. I think that giving them some freedom is actually pretty important to getting a good result in the end. The ad in the end just ends up being a lot more realistic and true to their personality or their TikTok account. So I think that giving them freedom to experiment with their creativity just is a important factor to get a decent or a good result in the end. Because if you have some strict guides that they have to follow, it just ends up being, or it ends up feeling fake and too sponsored, I guess. So the creativity and freedom actually shines through in the advertisements, and it makes it seem a lot more natural. It was as simple as shipping the product to their address, and from there they did most of the work. I just had to approve of the TikTok once they had made it. Sending out the product without any knowledge if they actually were going to proceed with making the TikTok was the worst part, without a doubt. But this is something that I just had to risk, and I don't actually lose a lot if they were to take the product. So the risk is pretty insignificant if you compare it to the possible reward. I knew that my TikTok ad was posted, but I would never have expected that it would actually work and give me sales. I thought that it might attract some visitors, making the website get some traffic in any kind of way, but I was not prepared to get real sales. And it was mind-blowing when I first checked Shopify and realized that I had a proper order on my dashboard. I could have guessed that it could have worked, but I was super shocked when I first saw that I'd gotten a real order with my own eyes. The ad must have done pretty well since I ended up getting one single order. I mean, I was expecting that I would get a lot more when I got the first one, but in the end I just got one sale from that TikTok ad. And looking at the statistics, it does look like the TikTok did pretty well. It got 15,000 views with 1,500 likes, which resulted in one order. With 1,500 likes, I would expect to get more than one sale, but at least we now know that the website works and you can actually order things from it. Because if I wouldn't have gotten that order, I would be completely lost and wouldn't even be sure that the website was proper and did actually work. So that's super nice to just know that's good. And I believe that the first order is the hardest one to get, so since we now have gotten that, we can continue to do more TikTok ads and just general campaigns to get more sales, and yeah, just hope for a lot more sales, even though one is actually pretty impressive in my eyes. Even though I've only gotten one sale so far, I'm kind of running low on rings. I started with 30, but a lot of those were sent out to influencers for free, and on top of that, about half of the rings are too big to even fit my fat fingers, so I doubt that anyone wants to buy those. I'm not sure if I want to order more than one type of ring or not, since I've only gotten one sale so far. And there's no reason to buy a whole lot of products if you can't sell them and nobody wants to buy them. But at the same time, you actually have to have inventory or stock so that people can buy the products that they want and not just the big rings and the sizes that doesn't fit anyone. Nonetheless, I will be needing more rings, so I might just order another type of ring, which of course fits the theme, to just spice it up and make this one product store into a multiple product store. Once I had received the new products, I began 2 new ad campaigns, one on TikTok and the other one on Instagram. So far, the TikTok ad hasn't performed as well as I was hoping for, since this influencer has a lot more followers than the first one. And I even had to pay a little bit as well. The Instagram ad though is going up tomorrow morning while I'm at work, and I will update you as soon as it goes live. And I'm really hoping that it's able to generate some sales, because I will not need all 60 rings by myself once I'm done with this 10-day challenge. At this point I'm just guessing, because it doesn't look like the TikTok followers has anything to do with the amount of sales that they're able to generate. In practice, a TikToker with 5,000 followers could get as much sales as a TikToker with 30,000 followers, or even more. It just depends on the amount of views you get and how much interaction you got in your videos.
The ad was posted a couple of hours ago and nothing has happened all day, but as soon as I go home from work, I get not only one but 2 orders. I was so sure that I wasn't going to get any orders from this Instagram ad, because I haven't gotten any orders all day. I mean, it was posted in my lunch break, and now finally when I'm done from work and heading home, I just now received 2 orders. So I wasn't expecting to get these orders. I mean, I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to get any orders from this Instagram ad, since I haven't gotten them all day. I mean, they were posted in my lunch break and I saw that they were posted and people were liking and going to the site, and there were actually a lot of people on the website that visited it, but nobody was ordering anything. And now just on my way home from work, I got 2 orders.
And here you can see the total sales for the day, and that's just from the Instagram ad, and how many people that visited the website. You can also see here that that's the total sales, the amount of orders, and yeah, just the amount of money. And this is in kroners, which is the Norwegian currency, but this would be about 140 US dollars. So these were the rings that the customer bought. He bought a 3-pack of Roman rings with the chains, the new products. So now found the 3 rings, the 3-pack, and it was in size 9, so I can just fulfill that order right away and prepare these to be sent out. So we're just going to take them out and put them in these bags and ship them in this. So this is now ready to get shipped out. So when it comes to the money we spent, we used $28 for 1 month of Shopify, about $1 for the domain, and our first AliExpress order was on $63, and the second one was for $142, and the ads in total costed about $74, and this sums up to $308, and this is the amount that we spent. We ended up getting 3 orders. The first one was for $34, the second one was for $68, and the third and last one was for $73. And this ends up being $175. So if we add everything up, we end up with a profit of minus $133. So we actually lost $133. So let's conclude this 10-day dropshipping challenge. And first of all, I did not become rich doing this. I actually ended up losing money instead. But something I did get was a lot of valuable information. So if I were to do this again, I would do it a lot better and very differently. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but I was not rich before I started this challenge, and after these 10 days, I'm still not a millionaire. This just comes to show that things are a lot more difficult than they usually look. After this experience, I'm completely convinced that it's possible to sell physical products through Shopify using Instagram and TikTok, but that it's a lot harder and that it requires a lot more hard work than it actually looks like in those glorified videos you see on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that people have gotten rich dropshipping, but it's usually not the guys slapping together a website in 10 minutes like I did. If you want to make actual money doing this, you have to treat it like a real business that requires just the same amount of work and time like anything else. To answer the question, was it worth it? Yes, absolutely. I learned a lot from this experience, which I would have not been able to figure out beforehand, and there's always new problems that come up that you have to solve and tackle in a new and challenging way, and you really get a new understanding of what works and doesn't. Money-wise, it was not as worth it. The information I got was a lot more valuable than the money I earned. It is possible that I could have gotten some profit out of it, but that would just require a little more than 10 days. If you're going into dropshipping expecting to get rich in a couple of days, I'm sorry, you're going to get disappointed. But that does not mean that it's impossible to make money doing it. Just that time and effort and hard work is necessary and essential for you to succeed. Even making the website took a lot more time than I was expecting. Just because I expected that everything was just going to go perfectly and go in my favor, which it didn't. I mean, go ahead, don't get discouraged by this video. Try dropshipping for yourself. But don't be disappointed and get discouraged if you don't make a huge amount of profit the first week. Stay patient and don't give up.